All right. Today, my story. The question is, what is the happiest memory you have of your mother? And I started to try to think, and I think that the happiest I ever seen her was when my dad would get drunk and party. And I think that that was like really great for her. It like really makes her happy because my parents weren't really like comfortable with being happy. You know what I mean? It's like something that like it happens, but you don't want to make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? You want to like get over it so quickly, and sometimes you want to downplay it, like you don't really like it. And that's how she would do it. Like he would get drunk and he would and partying. He would be the entertainment. He would tell jokes. He would make funny sarcastic comments, and he would flirt with her. He would play music. He would slow dance with her. He would just be the host with the most. You know what I mean? And sometimes she's like, "Oh, leave me alone," but you could tell that she really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And that's how it would be. We have like if he gets a little taste, then that's what he calls it, a little taste. If he gets a little drunk, then my household was a musical household, and everywhere we went that my dad always had to make sure that he had like, for a long time he was obsessed with Bose speakers. I think I have some over here, I think that he gave me, but he was obsessed with having Bose speakers. And then one house we went to, it had a intercom all the way through the house, so you can like talk to people in different rooms, and you could play music all through the house. So he enjoyed that. And when he would party, when he turned the music on, that's when both of my parents, they really were into music. And if he turned on the music and he had a little bit, a couple drinks, that's probably the best time for both of them. You know what I mean? And that would make her happy, you know. And I just remember that he would always like, if she's whatever she's doing, he'd grab her and start slow dancing with her, and she would smile and laugh. He would crack jokes to her, and that was the happiest that she was. You know what I mean? And like I said, she was happy, but not overtly happy. I feel like, you know what I was thinking? How the prequel to The Sopranos, how Tony Soprano's mother was. That's how I kind of think of my mother. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't really think of it, you know, it's so funny that as a child, I thought it was very soft because compared to my father, because my father is very firm all the time. There's no leeway, you know what I mean? He might fold a little bit when he gets a little bit of drink in him, but most of the time he's just, you know what I mean? And then, so contrast to him that she was soft. But my mom was no, like, she just didn't like, she's no joke, dog. She's no joke. I was remembering one time that, and Docious remember this, when I was a kid, and I think I was trying to impress Docious when we first like started kicking it, and maybe I was in the 3rd or 4th grade, and he was like maybe in the 5th or 6th grade or going into 7th grade, and I was telling him, there's this white dude in our neighborhood who, he was older too. He was like 2 years older than me. And he had bothered me earlier. So then I was telling Docious when we were at the store one day, like, man, if I ever see him, man, I'll be taking care of him. So he's like, oh yeah? So he's like, hey, I see him right there. He was like, yo, hey, he called him, his name's Mark. Hey, Mark, Lonnie say if he sees you, and Mark, somehow they must have talked about like, let's go over to this park, Wolverine Park, and we'll have it out right there. And I'm like, damn, so now I gotta go over there. I don't really want to do it. So I got over there, and sure enough, Mark's over there waiting. Docious is over there, and I started getting into it. When I started getting into it, I didn't really know how to fight. You know what I mean? All I know is like my favorite hero was one of my heroes was Muhammad Ali, so I always Ali on him, you know, stick and move, ha ha, and I was hitting him. And I don't know where my mom came. I don't know how she found out, but she came down, and when she came down, like I was thinking like, oh, woo. She was like, nah, I'll make sure you get his ass. You get his ass. And when I started, when we started boxing, I guess he was used to fighting. But so he's slow, just like coming. And I was like, ha! He was tall too, so I had to like, ha! And then I stick and move around. And I hit him again. They come in, hit him again, step back out. Hit him again, step back out. And he actually said like, calm down, stay still. And I hit him so many times, his nose started bleeding. And he's still like Jerry Cooney and me, just walking up to me like Frankenstein. And I was just, I was doing my moves. And my mom said, oh, that's enough. And then he was like, nah, let me get him. And she had him on the ground. She was like, I'm not doing this for him. I'm doing it for you. I'm trying to help you. And he was like, fuck you, you nigger bitch. And my mom was like, so I just really started getting in his ass, still like, I had hit him a couple times where he was like stunned like this, and my mom was like, you had enough. And he's like, all right. And I brought that up because I remember later on when we talked about it, she always laughs about that too. She laughs at my jokes too. She's always happy with my jokes, but that was when we talked about like how she tried to protect him, and then he called her a nigger, and then she was like, get in his ass, you know what I mean? And that was like part of our thing. Like she told me when I was a kid I had this weird strength, so like anytime anyone has any problems with my sister or my mom, I'm going in your mouth like dishers, you know what I mean? And she was good for that. Like, when I got older, I learned that I could use jokes. Like, some dude said something about my mom at the barber shop, and he was a barber. And I go up there, she came back, she was like, he's trying to say something about me. So I went back up there, I lit his ass up with the jokes. Everybody in the barber shop was like, ooh. They're talking about it for weeks, I just roast them. But she always like it when I get them. That was always something good.